Hey, Carly here from Celebrity Readers. I wanted to do an update video for you and let you know where I'm at on my challenges because I'm doing about 6 this year. And yeah, I think I'm going to start doing once a month updates just to kind of give you guys a little progression. Plus, it helps to keep me accountable, and I like doing videos. So, all right, so let's go. I'm doing 6 challenges this year. The first one we're going to go over is the Goodreads challenge, and everybody knows the Goodreads challenge, right? You have a set number of books, you choose, you read that number, and you're done. That's pretty much it. There's no length stipulation. There's no like genre restriction or anything like that. You just say, I'm going to read so many books, and you do it, and I'm doing it. So the next one we're going to go over, we're going to go back in time a little bit because I have 2 from last year that I have not finished yet. And one of them is the book bingo, which was hosted by Just Another Girl and Her Books. Hey, Katie. And I have 3 books left on that challenge, and honestly, I haven't touched it since the new year started. I think I have a parody, a memoir, and a translated to English. And I have the parody and the memoir, but I don't have a translated to English that I am aware of. So I'll have to go and do that. I'll get to that one. I'm not too concerned with finishing that one in a year. It's 3 books. And, The next one is the Read Harder Challenge of 2016. And if you have seen any of my previous videos, then you know that I hate that challenge and I don't like it. I don't want to do it. But I committed myself to it and I'm going to finish it. And honestly, I don't know that I'll even finish it this year. I did the challenge originally because I wanted to get outside of my comfort zone with reading. I was just kind of going like, reading the same types of books over and over. And, I wanted to try something new. But this one is hard. It's a bit hard for me to read those ones. So I'll get to that one eventually. But now we're going to go into the new challenges that I'm doing for this year, which is I'm actually really excited about. And I found this one. It was called Decades of Sci-Fi Challenge. And if you guys know me, sci-fi is my jam. That is my go-to genre. I love everything in it, all the subgenres that are included. That's my wheelhouse, my all-time favorite. I will read it always. So when I seen it, I thought it was kind of cool because it had a spin on it, right? It had, instead of just reading sci-fi, you had to read books from certain time periods in that genre. So you get to kind of see the evolution of the sci-fi genre, right? Because it's evolved, let me tell you. Because I'm reading the first book that in that series right now. It's called In the Days of the Comet by H.G. Wells. And it's tough reading, man. I don't generally read classics. I don't generally read really old books or, literary books, I guess. But this one is kind of hard to get through. I have found that I can only get through about 15 pages a day before my mind just says, no, we're not going to compute anymore. So I think I have about 60 pages left. And then I can start my other challenge that I wanted to start, which was called Back to the Classics Challenge, which I don't generally read classics. That's kind of outside my comfort zone. But I wanted to, again, try something new, broaden my horizons, right? And this one is, this one has a lot of restrictions on it. But the first book, this one is only 12 books as well, which works for me, right? Because I don't want to overwhelm myself. So this one, the first book, it has to be so many years old to be considered a classic. I think it's like 50. But the first challenge is to read a book between 1800 and 1899. That's a really old book, okay? And if you're not familiar with the language and the verbiage of those books, it can be hard to get through, which I already know is going to be an issue for me because I have read some before. But I was able to find a classic that was in that time frame, which was actually a recommendation from Lenore's husband, and it was Frankenstein. So I'm actually kind of excited to read that because it's kind of like a sci-fi classic also, which will be interesting. And I had a bit of a quandary actually because when I was doing my research to find the books and I got the rec, I looked it up, and apparently Frankenstein has more than one edition. So I kind of was like going back and forth, which one should I read? One of them is highly edited, but more academically accepted, and then there's another one that was, the original, which obviously appeals to um, a bibliophile like me. So I did a couple polls in some of the groups that I'm in and the Facebook site, and I kind of got the same feedback that I was kind of going with. The decision that I was going to leaning towards anyway, which is to read the original, uncensored edition, which was more true to Mary Shelley's original thought, like her original plan for the book. So, and the way she wrote the book, if you like look up, I think it was a contest. Like it just kind of came out of the blue the way she wrote it, and um, I really liked how learning that about the author itself, which just made me more want to read the book that much more. But I can't read that book until I finish In the Days of the Comet because they're both so old that I think my brain will just fucking explode if I tried to read too many classics. I'm a self-aware person. I know how much I can take. So I'm hoping to finish In the Days of the Comet by the end of February, and then I can hopefully start Frankenstein by then. The last one is a challenge that I just kind of made up off the top of my head because I have a lot of series that I'm reading and I want to finish them. So I named it Year of the Finale. And it's kind of a two-step process. It's finishing series, but it's also restricting me from starting any new ones until I finish 5. So for every 5 series that I finish this year, I can start a new one. But I can't start any until I finish that 5, which has actually slowed down my reading quite a bit. And it's helped me, honestly, to focus more on, the series that I'm reading because I have like over 200. So I'm the third book in for the Brightest Kind of Darkness series, which I've already read those books, but I haven't read the last one, and it has been so long. The final one came out last month, that I wanted to brush up, right, and just reread it so that it was fresh in my head. So I'm on Destiny right now by P.T. Michelle, Brightest Kind of Darkness. If you have not read this series, I'm telling you, y'all need to go and get these books because they are really good. Really, really good. So that's my February recommendation, if you will. But yeah, that's the last one that the last challenge. We covered them all, and under 8 minutes. God, I just can't seem to go under 5 minutes, you guys. I'm gonna try harder next month, I promise. Okay. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any recommendations for classics, or the decades of sci-fi, or the Read Heart, anything really. I'll just take whatever you got. Let me know what challenges you guys are doing, where you are at in those challenges. I would like to know if I'm the only one who just is like kind of floating along doing whatever. But yeah, this is Carla from Celebrity Readers signing off. See you guys next time.